You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
Okay. Hi, everybody. How are you? Hope you're doing well. I hope your holidays were wonderful. It is today is December 30th when I'm recording this. I don't know when I'm going to put this out, probably December 31st or whatever. You're not going to listen to it on New Year's Eve. But the point is this, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give you a little bit of an update as well as a preview of 2023 and what you could expect from Addressing Gettysburg, all right? Great. Okay, so let's start first with how some of my plans got foiled, but also it doesn't matter because from what you're going to hear on this feed, nothing's going to make it. It doesn't make a difference. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Just so you know, December. My plan was to take December off after our holiday party. I said, okay, you know what? I think 3 weeks at the end of the year, considering that, you know, from basically April through December 10th, I don't even have weekends like normal people do. So 3 weeks is enough time to rest and recover and get ready for the next year, right? Okay, so I do. So I decide I'm going to do that starting December 11th, day after the party. Starting December 11th, some bacterial infection in my belly made me miserable for 2.5 weeks until finally I don't even think we narrowed it down. I think my doc, you know, after taking all these tests, just took a shot in the dark and said, I'm just going to prescribe this really strong antibiotic for you. And if it's a bacterial thing, it'll knock it out. If it's not, then we'll keep doing tests. And thank God it was just some bacterial thing that of all the tests they ran, they didn't run the test for that. So whatever. But I got a lot of rest, lost about 10 pounds. Kind of could have gone a little longer actually with that weight loss. It's a good diet. Didn't really do much eating. That was great. But everything's back to normal again. The appetite is back, unfortunately. And I'm still trying to, I got in the habit of the whole starvation diet thing and I'm trying to continue that. But anyway, this isn't the point. The point is I fell behind. There were some things that I wanted to work on during that time, both around the house and for the show, and I didn't get any of them done because I really didn't have any energy. I was drained of everything, and I basically just slept around the house. Missed Christmas. Didn't even go back to Jersey to be with my family on Christmas. Couldn't I couldn't handle a 4-hour car ride doing that. So it was a pretty blah holiday season for me. But don't feel bad. Because, I don't know. Just don't feel bad. It's none of your concern. Okay, so I fell behind there. But now, that's not really going to affect what you guys hear on the free feed. I just want to let you know what you got coming up in 2023. First of all, we have the winter lectures, the Gettysburg National Military Parks winter lectures. Now, we're going to do the audio of them. And, it's like, why are you doing the audio when I can watch the video on YouTube that the Park Service puts out? I've tried to convince the Park Service to stop doing that. They said, nah. So who cares? The point is this, though. The audio, look, most of these are not visual. I mean, yeah, they have slides and pictures and things like that. And maybe once in a while, the person will say, now, if you look in this picture here, blah, 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 blah. But the reality is you don't need the video for all that stuff. And frankly, I'll tell you this, I would love to put up video too, because that makes us competitive on YouTube there. But here's the thing. It's a lot of work to do audio recordings and edit them and post them and all of that stuff. And, if I was 24, I would still have the energy to do it. I would pull 18-hour days like I did at 24 doing stuff like this. But I'm not 24 anymore. I'm double that. No, I'm not double that. I'm sorry. I'm 20 years older than that. I'm 44. And I can't. I don't have that energy anymore. So if someone wants to step forward and do all that for us and we'll put it up on our thing, that's fine. We could do that. Or what, better yet, you can become a patron over at patreon.com/addressing Gettysburg, so that if we get enough of them, we'll have the money to hire someone to do that. Oh, look at that. This is how it all works. Okay. But in the meantime, you're going to get the audio of that. Now, when that's coming out, let's see, that's going to be basically 2 a week, plus Tim Smith's lectures, which we are the only people who put out anything regarding that. Also, would love to do video of that. Also, go become a patron at patreon.com/addressing Gettysburg if you'd like to see that happen. And we're saying we need droves of you, like 1 or 2 people is not going to do the trick. So that means you're going to get 3 uploads a week on this feed. And none of them are going to be Ask a Guides. Why is that? Because winter is when I like to record most of the shows that most of the Ask a Guides at least, that you're going to hear throughout the year. And if I record them and say like, okay, I record 4 this week. All right, so I'm going to put 2 out this month and put the other 2 in the can. And then the next 4, I'm going to put 2 in this month. No, I don't want to do that. I'd rather give you guys something different between January and March, which would be the Park Service and Tim Smith lectures, while I work on building up a catalog of shows for the rest of the year. And frankly, who remembers winter anyway, right? I mean, it's weird. I don't remember winter. It's like a dark blur to me, wintertime. Probably because it's dark most of the day, but also because I sleep a lot in the winter in the hopes that it'll speed it along and get us to the nice weather. I figure if I'm unconscious for the majority of the day during the wintertime, then it'll go by very quickly. So far, it hasn't worked, but I still practice it. Anyway, you're going to get lectures between January and March. You're also going to get updates like with Chris Gwynn. So like towards the end of the quarter, Chris Gwynn will come back on and tell us what you can expect during the spring. I'm going to try to get Superintendent Sims back on for a special, update, quarterly update. And I'm also going to invite Wayne Motz on to do one for the foundation as well. Because I think that the foundation, at least on this show, has not really had good representation. We haven't really had anybody on from the foundation, and they do a lot of great things for Gettysburg, for the Park Service, for all of us, and I think a lot of people confuse the foundation and the Park Service. Like they don't realize. A lot of people don't realize that the foundation owns the visitor center and they run the visitor center. Park Service doesn't. The government doesn't. It's the foundation that does. And maybe I'm technically wrong somewhere on that. And then that could be corrected when Wayne or somebody comes on the show. But I'm going to invite Wayne because I like Wayne. And I think you will too. If you don't know him, how could you not know Wayne Motz? But let's say you didn't know Wayne Motz. I'd love to introduce you to him. So we'll have things like that will, be in the mix, of course, but those aren't regularly scheduled things. Those are just one-offs and all that stuff. And then in the meantime, we're working behind the scenes, recording new shows that'll start coming out, I don't know, March, April, whenever the lectures are over. But we also have a lot of other things that we would like to invite you to. So, during the warm months, we do free walking tours once a month. Usually we try to keep it on the 3rd Saturday of the month. Sometimes we have to put them on, a different day. But for the most part, we keep them on the 3rd Saturday of the month. And I don't know. We like to see you at them. What more can I say on that? Well, we'd like to see you at them. So those are our Get Out of the Car tours. We are also going to put on more in-person shows. We find that the in-person shows are a lot of fun. They're a lot of work, but they're a lot of fun. We get to, there's nothing like sitting there with an audience. It's terrifying, but it's also a lot of fun because our audience tends to be really fun and really cool. And so it's really like getting together with 100 of your closest friends, which is great to have that many close friends. But so we're going to do a few more of those. The quickest, the most immediate one that we're going to have is on the 28th of January over at the Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center. It's called Our Night at the Museum. We're going to talk about the seminary and its role in the battle. And we're going to have guys from the seminary there. But what's nice about it is the show doesn't start till 7:30, but you guys get to come in at I think it's 6 o'clock. I don't remember. And it's 6 o'clock, and you can explore the museum. If you haven't done that, then this is a great chance to do it. But you get to explore the museum, and you get to go up into the cupola at night. And how many of you who've been in the cupola can say that you've gone up there at night? Well, I'm raising my hand. Okay. If Eric were listening, he should be raising his hand because he's been up there at night. While Bill Etzkorn, I think he's been up there at night. And his wife, Cindy, not Cynthia Etzkorn, she has been up there at night as well. But not everybody can say that they've done that. And why? Well, because usually the seminary is closed by nighttime. So, you're not going to do that. And also, like, well, why am I going up there in the dark? Like, what am I going to see in the dark? Oh, well, that is the question of a small mind, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, did you hear all the people get offended by that? Well, listen, if it offends you, that's because you recognize yourself in that comment. Listen, I'm going to tell you why it's a small mind. Because now, a big mind would go up there and say, this is like some kind of weird modern day digital map type of a thing where only the towns and hamlets are shown by globs of light in the distance. In other words, you can get a better idea of where every other town that you often hear about in the history of Gettysburg, the Battle of Gettysburg, when you read histories, is in relation to Gettysburg. So you want to see Emmitsburg? Someone can point you in that direction. You want to see Cashtown? Someone can point you in that direction. You want to see, I don't know. You want to see where the Walmart is? Someone can point you in that direction. Hunterstown, you might be able to see. I don't know. The point is that you can see things from the, glow of their lights. And also, it's just, I don't know. It's cool. You get to go up there at night. I'm overselling the cupola thing, but it really is cool. And I've done it, and I want you to be able to do it too. And that's why I'm excited about that and trying to really drive that home. But anyway, then after that, we're going to have the show, and you get to see what the process is, like what it's like to actually record a show. Not that anybody cares, but if some people, I always like that stuff. I like to see how the sausage is made, so I would like it. I would go, just to see that, right? But you can also, learn about the museum as you're seeing it, get together, meet some Gettys nerds, and have a lot of fun. And that's what we like to do. And it's a fun crowd. Now, here's the thing. We're limited to 50 people. So far, I think we have 28 signed up, something like that. The patrons, those went like hotcakes. We had to limit the number of patrons, unfortunately, because they get a discount, and we need to, bring in a certain amount to not lose our shirts on this, number one. And number two, we want everybody to have the ability to come and do this. And so we wanted to keep some of the tickets open for people on the free feed who are not members of Patreon. And that would be you guys. And so, we want you to do that. So either go to addressinggettysburg.com and go to the events tab to find the link for tickets there. Or if you're on Facebook and you follow us, go to our Facebook page. Under events, you'll find it, January 28th. Go to that, and in there is a link to the tickets. Hurry, there's not a lot of them left. So go ahead and, there's half of them left. So go ahead and do that ASAP. Also, desserts. Coffee and desserts provided by 82 Cafe. Will be there as well. So you got to do your dinner first. We're not doing dinner there. We're just having coffee and desserts. So make sure you do dinner before the event at the seminary. Then in March 18th, mark it on your calendar. Tickets are not available yet, but they will be. So save the date. God, isn't the save the date thing the dumbest thing in the world? Just give me an invitation, right? What's the save the date? Ugh. But save the date. And we're going to have a show at the Adams County Historical Society. I'm very excited about this one too. They have a beautiful new museum that is still under construction, but I've seen what it's going to be. I see what it is so far, and I can imagine the rest, and it's just going to be great. And so we have been asked by Andrew Dalton to do a show from there ahead of their grand opening to promote the grand opening. And of course, I jumped at that. And this potentially could be a big audience too. They have a room where we could fit up to 200 people. So we're going to try to sell as close to 200 tickets as we possibly can. You're going to have first access to the museum. You will be the first people from the public to see this museum. And I got to tell you, there's one exhibit I'm so excited to see. And I'm excited for you all to see. And I really think it's going to be such a huge draw for tourists who come here to Gettysburg. And it is, I think they call it Caught in the Crossfire. And I've been in the exhibit, and Andrew and Jake Borrett were explaining to me, what's going to happen where and all this other stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, I wish I was involved in this from the beginning, because this is right up my alley, this type of stuff. So I just continue to play the lottery in the hopes that I'll win the millions of dollars I need to make my ideas happen. So far, it's not working. But anyway, so this isn't, so again, this membership has its privileges, right, folks? Okay, so patrons, they get early access to the tickets and discounts on the tickets. So what's the night going to be like? You're going to show up. There's going to be like cocktail hour type food, like at a wedding and stuff, but it's going to be there for everybody to partake in. And let's be honest, when you go to a wedding, you fill up on the cocktail hour food because it's like the best. It's shrimp. Everybody loves shrimp. It's just all the good stuff. So everybody's full by the time dinner time comes, right? So it's the best part of the wedding, the cocktail hour food. So there's going to be a lot of that around. You can just, go and like tall, high top tables that you can just hang around and eat at real quick and then leave your plate and then move on and then go through the museum and see it for yourself. And then once that is done, then we will ask you to take your seats and we will start the show. And we will, of course, talk to Andrew, Tim Smith, I believe Sue Boardman. I don't think Sue knows yet, but we've talked about that we want Sue on. So Sue will be there. Jake Borrett, I also want on that one. And we're going to talk about the museum. And we'll throw a little history in there, maybe a little game show fun, something like that. We always like to have fun when we get together with our Getty's Nerd friends. So, and it's also going to be, people who are members of the Adams County Historical Society too. So it'll be a mixed audience. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be very nice. And it might even be simulcast on either YouTube or Facebook. I'm hoping actually our YouTube page. Yeah, so that should be a lot of fun. And so when the tickets go on sale for that, get them, because not only will we be promoting them, but the Adams County Historical Society will be promoting the ticket sales. And so that's a bigger audience, and they may sell out with their people before you guys get them. So don't dally when we put these things out there. So that's just before the half point of the year. We are going to have, this is the 160th anniversary of the battle. So we're going to have anniversary episodes coming out, and we're going to focus on not everything in the campaign, but some of the highlights of the Gettysburg campaign. So instead of Usually we put out the anniversary episodes, June 30th through July 4th, and there's one every day. This year we're going to do, like, for example, we did the Battle of Brandy Station. From Brandy Station, we recorded that back in September. So that's going to come out on June 9th. We're going to record a Winchester one, hopefully in the spring. That'll come out on June 15th. Anything else I haven't thought of yet, we'll do on their respective anniversary day. And so there's going to be more anniversary episodes this year, but they're not going to come out all in a row like they normally do. They're going to come out over the course of June and July. The battle anniversaries obviously are going to come out on those days, and it's going to be the same thing there. And I'm not sure what we're going to focus on this year. We try to make it a little different every year. And this year I'm thinking maybe what was going on in the town during each of those days. We'll find out. So that's what we're doing up until that point. We're also talking about going live on the road to Pittsburgh to the Captain Espy post, but nothing is set in stone there yet. We're still exploring that possibility, but that would be probably in August for our schedule. That's really the only time that works. And oh God, there's so much going on. I can't even remember everything. So anyway, a lot's going on. Of course, we appreciate you guys listening over here on the free feed. And, sometimes I like to tease and we call you freeloaders or things like that, but that's really just all in good fun. We understand that, even $5 a month is not always doable for somebody. I mean, geez, believe me, I've been there longer than I haven't been there, So I understand all of that. And if you don't for a minute think that you're not helping by listening on the free feed and not spending a dime, that helps too, because then I can show advertisers, look how many people we have listening. And so that's how the business works. That's how it works. So we appreciate every little bit that we get, whether it's just you pressing play or you becoming a member over at patreon.com/addressinggettysburg. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We love it all. We love you all. We thank you for everything. We hope that we continue to please you as you listen to our episodes. We hope that it's always interesting and entertaining. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. There's a lot more coming up in 2023, but I can't remember it all because I'm just winging this. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. I haven't really written anything down, so forgive me. But you'll find out as time goes on. Best thing to do if you want to keep up with things is go over to YouTube, follow us on YouTube, and watch our live show every Friday night. If you can't watch our live show at 5 o'clock on Friday when we do it live, it doesn't matter. As soon as we finish doing it live, it's right there for you to watch on YouTube. Or you can go over to Patreon, and the audio version with commercials cut out is available for you over at Patreon. It's better quality sounding, and like I said, there's no commercials there, so it's just straight through the good stuff of the show. So that's up to you, of course, what you want to do. But that's a good way to keep up with things as they happen, because that's a weekly show. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't heard it, it's a fun show. It's not a history show. So if you're one of these people that's, I'm only interested in history and I'm not interested in fun or anything that makes life enjoyable or blah, 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 and I just want to sit there with my nose in a book and I want to listen to people lecture me about history, and that's it. I don't want to hear any jokes. I don't want to hear anything about wrestling. I don't want to hear anything about Matt's stupid, goofy stories. I don't want to hear anything about this or that or the other thing. Okay, that's great. That's great. That's great. Go back to college and sit in some lecture hall and fall asleep and enjoy yourself. But if you have, if you're a well-rounded person and you have a sense of humor and you can also learn while laughing, okay, learning while laughing, it's possible, then I think you might enjoy AG Today. So if you haven't heard of it yet, go over and check it out there on our YouTube channel. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for all of your support. Thank you for listening. I hope you had a great holiday season, and I hope you have the best 2023 of your life. Goodbye.
Our hearts so stout have got us fame, for soon 'tis known from whence we came. Wherever we go, they dread the name of Gary Owen in glory. Instead, swallow, drink down ale and ale.